Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, y'all, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. And I do apologize that I hadn't been able to record for a couple of days. I've had some serious sinus and allergy issues, but I've been watching the market. Let me say that. So we are now looking at AMD. We closed at 155.82, and as you can see, this support was around 161.02. We've broken through that, only to have trouble here at the 162.32 area. So where are the trouble places? We would need to get back above 162.53. We could possibly have trouble there, right? Breaking that 162.72, 163.13, breaking that level 163.69 and 164.01. Those are possible areas of resistance for AMD. Now, back to the downside, I say something held us up here at the 162.10. So breaking under that level, we could possibly have trouble 161.97, and breaking that level 161.61. Should we break that for AMD today, 161.34, which is this area here, puts us under the 5 EMA. We could possibly have trouble 161.02. And again, y'all see that 20 EMA is right at that 160.75 area we have marked. I like to see that. Should we break that level, 160.58, 160.39, 160.24, 160.07, and breaking that 159.87. And you'll see here price, we were here at this area before. However, breaking that, the ATR trailing stop is forming at that 159.69, and breaking that brings us back to 159.52. So if AMD is something that you trade today, I said often, y'all, trade carefully, mark your levels. Once it goes your reason for getting in the trade, make sure you get out, right? So again, not financial advice. We're now looking at Meta. We closed at 765. Let me get it right. 765.70. And as you can see, we're bouncing off of that 50 EMA as of now on this 30-minute chart. However, we are under the 5 EMA as of now, and we could possibly have trouble 764.27 and again 765.03. Y'all, I like to see that. That 20 EMA is right at a level we have marked simple support and resistance, right? However, breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again around 765.88. And should we break that, we could possibly have trouble 766.61. That is the ATR trailing stop as of now. And should we break that level, 767.11, and breaking that 768.50, those are possible areas of resistance for Meta. So should we break that 768.50, the next level I have here 769.50, and then again at 770.53, possible areas of resistance. Now back to the downside, should we lose the area of, this 50 EMA around the 763.42, that's what's holding us up now. Breaking that level, the next level 762.84. As you can see, price was gathered in this area here, right? So breaking that brings us back to the 761.69. Now should we break that, we could very well come back to around the 759.91. The body of the candle is here for a reason, right? So breaking that, we could possibly come back to 757.50 for Meta. And should we break that area, we could possibly come back to around the 756.01, which is not far from that 200 EMA. So if Meta is something that you trade today, these are possible areas of support and resistance. Again, not financial advice. Now if we break this 756.01, we could very well come back to 754.86 and breaking that 754.23, and again here at 754.41. So again, if you're trading Meta, possible areas of support and resistance. I would say market levels. Again, I said often, y'all, market levels, and make sure you have a plan before going into the trade. Let's say that, right? So we are now looking at NVDA. We closed at 170.76, and y'all see we were trading in this gathering spot, or the consolidation area, as I like to say, right? So we broke out of that to the upside, having trouble here at a level 175.88 is the level we have marked. 175.91 is the level that we got rejected at, which is really close. I like to see those. Now, where are the trouble places for NVIDIA? Back to to the upside. Let's look at that, right? So should we break back to the upside, we would need to get back above the 750, 175.88 or the 175.91. Should we break that, we could possibly have trouble 176.16, breaking that level 176.60, breaking that 176.89, and again here at 177.43. Should we break that 177.80, 178.25, 178.58, 178.78. Those are possible areas of resistance for NVIDIA today. Now back to the downside. Let's look to the downside. Should we break under, let's say this 175, why do I keep saying 175.22. If we break under that 174.92 as a support area, breaking that 174.68, 174.52, 174.18, 174 brings us back to this zone here. I'd like to say that we were trading in on yesterday. So if we should break this area, or this morning, let's say that if we break this area, we could very well come back to, let's say, somewhere around the 173.63 area. Something held us up here. So breaking this area here of 174, we can come back to 173.63 and breaking that 173.49. Should we break that 173.08, 172.84, under that 172.57. Now keep in mind that 50 EMA 172.72 could possibly hold us up. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, those are possible areas of support and resistance. And again, I said, y'all, not financial advice, right? So we are looking now at the SPY. We closed at 650.33. Y'all see we have made a pre-market high of 652.98. So we have made a new high today. Where are the trouble places? We'll have to look to the downside, right? So we could very well come back to around 652.17. Should we break that area, we could possibly come back to around the 651.87. And if we should break that area, something stopped us or held us up at that 651.42 area. Should we break that, the next level I have here is 651.21, which is right in that 651.26, that 50 EMA as of now. However, breaking that, we see the ATR trailing stop 651.03. Should we break that, 650.79, 650.40, should we break that level, 649.79, and breaking that, 649.48. And should we break that level for the SPY today, 649.01, which brings us close to that 200 EMA on this 30-minute chart at the 648.90 area. However, breaking that, we could very well come back to 648.53. And again here at 647.91, breaking that 647.91, 647.48. Those are possible areas of support for the SPY. Back to the downside, we could very well continue climbing and making new highs. Let me say that, right? So we are now looking at Tesla, and I say it so often, y'all, Tesla does what Tesla does, right? So we closed at 346.97, and what's interesting is Tesla came down here at this 346.23 area here, and we just found support yesterday at this area. So it was a strong area of support in my opinion, right? So I definitely need to watch that, 346.23, let's say right here, 346.23. So back to the upside. Where are the trouble places as of now? Seems like we've been finding support here at the 348.17, but it is right where our 20 EMA is as of now. Resistance is here at 348.75. So back to the upside, we will need to break that 348.75, only possibly have trouble 349.37. You'll see the ATR trailing stop is at the 349.69. Should we break that, we could possibly have trouble 350.02. I had a level of 349.84. So there's a few layers of resistance here for Tesla, starting with that 349.69 up to the 350.02. Should we break that level, 350.61, and breaking that level, 351.31. Now, if we break that 351.31 for Tesla today, and it is possible, Tesla does what Tesla does, right? 351.88 and breaking that 353.02. Keep in mind, anything can stop us out in between that, right? So if we break this level here of 353.02, 353.44, and then the next level 354. 354.55 could be a rejection area for Tesla today. 354.55 and breaking that 355.38. So those are possible areas of resistance for Tesla today. Now coming back to the downside under 348.17. That's what's holding us up now. We could possibly have trouble here or support 347.78. You see that is where our 50 EMA is as of now. Again, I like to see that. So under that level, 347.50, 347.27 price was there for a while. So that 347.27, definitely need to watch that. I need to watch that, not financial advice. So breaking that brings us back to 346.84. 346.40. If we break this 346.40 area, the next level I was watching was the 346.23. Now under that, y'all see the 200 EMA is 345.94. That could be a support area for us. Breaking that brings us back to 345.59. And should we break that level, 344.80, breaking that brings us back to 344.29, which if we should break that, the low from this candle yesterday was 343.82. That could be another support area. Something stopped us in this area here. So if you are trading Tesla today, I say trade careful, y'all. Mark your levels. Once it goes against your why or your reason for getting in the trade, get out. So this is what I see when I look at the market. There's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging at times is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan, making sure that you have a plan before going into the trade, right? So I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day as always, y'all. So if you could please again like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.